Here's a short video example of how to install fiberglass roll insulation over existing blown-in insulation in your attic. If you're going to install more insulation in your attic, it will be a lot easier if you have easy access to your attic. That's why I installed this pull-down attic access ladder beforehand. Good lighting makes any insulation project easier, so I also installed lights throughout the attic. I also installed flooring over the garage portion of the attic, which served well as a work area for measuring and cutting the insulation. And I installed walkway access to the entire attic for the installation of not only the insulation, but the security cameras and security lights around our home's exterior. To expedite the measuring and cutting of the insulation with a sharp machete, I slapped together a measuring jig and an insulation roll dispenser made of scrap-oriented strand board, PVC pipe, and old office chair casters. My attic insulation job began with placing the first of over 64 rolls of R30 insulation into the roll dispenser. Since the first pieces of insulation I cut were short, I placed the short piece adapter into the measuring jig, and then set the jig to the desired length for the repetitive cuts I'd be making. Then it's just a matter of pulling out the insulation to the length stop and cutting the insulation with the machete. The heavy block on the left, when used in conjunction with the cutting guide held in my left hand, helps to ensure that the downward angle of the cuts are at 90 degrees. As you can see from my frenzied pace during the rest of this insulation project, to make things go faster, I consumed 4 pots of coffee, a dozen Red Bull energy drinks, and a boatload of methamphetamine. As you can see, I also fabricated 4 raised, lightweight, and movable joist straddling platforms to support my weight during the installation process and to lessen the embarrassing and expensive possibility of accidentally falling through the ceiling. To maximize the thermal efficiency of the installed insulation, you'll notice how I staggered all the butting ends of the insulation, as well as the length joints of the insulation. Before installing the insulation over the attic access walkways, I constructed and installed walkway insulation separators to ensure that should the walkways have to be utilized in the future in order to service the security cameras and security lights, that the insulation on top of the walkways could be easily removed without disturbing the surrounding insulation. Finally, my attic insulation project came to an orgasmic close with the placement of the attic access walkway insulation. Done at last, done at last. Thank God Almighty, done at last.